We got a scrapped WrestleMania main event, the original plans for Cody versus Drew for the WWE title, and Royal Rumble is going to be in a very unique situation. Let's get into it. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling News. Right now, get in the comments below, hit the like button, and subscribe. Royal Rumble, for the first time, will ever be outside of North America in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I know some people have issues with that, but it'll be in a unique situation. It's going to be the King Abdullah Financial District in a makeshift venue, a purpose-built venue. You can see in the pictures that have been floating around Twitter and some footage. This is being built just for the Royal Rumble. I know some fans were concerned. Oh, this feels like the Olympics, like they're just, putting a venue together at the last minute and it's not going to be good. There's some worry about that with the Winter Olympics, but does not seem like that's the case. PWI Insider is saying everything will be ready to go for Royal Rumble coming up on the 31st. A major WrestleMania match has been scrapped. Let's go there. Reportedly, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is off the books for the upcoming WrestleMania 42. Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, is saying the whole WrestleMania plan changed Wednesday of last week when they made the decision to go with Drew McIntyre winning the WWE title. That happened on SmackDown. That wasn't a decision until Wednesday. They may be doing a three-way with McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, that may not necessarily be Mania, but that's not even 100%. I'm told it's kind of like a possibility, but Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns thing is possibly not happening. Whatever it is, the Mania plans were changed on Wednesday when they made the decision to change the championship. Do you think it was the right reason? Do you like this shakeup in WrestleMania? Does it have you worried about WrestleMania? Let me know. More details emerging about Tommaso Ciampa. Let's cover that. Reportedly, Tommaso Ciampa is on his way out of WWE, going to let his contract run out. Fightful Select reported that the situation with Ciampa came about in the last few weeks. He's not been at television. This breaks up his tag team with Johnny Gargano DIY, but they're going to continue the storyline that he's been active with Fraxium. Yeah, with the tag team Fraxium. So it's weird that he's a solo guy going to take on the team. Maybe they're trying to get Tommaso Ciampa to stay under contract. Who knows? Confusing situation. Yeah. The original plans for the WWE title match between Cody and Drew in the cage. Yes, the 3 stages of hell went down. Jacob Fatu interfered, and Drew McIntyre was able to escape the cage and win the championship in that big 2 out of 3 falls extreme match. Yeah, Cody wasn't pinned, but he lost the title. We have a new champion. And Drew McIntyre celebrating recently in Europe, in Glasgow, Scotland. So the original plans, according to Wrestling Observer Brian Alvarez, the original plan was for Cody, Fatu, and Drew in a 3-way for that title. But Fatu obviously vanished for a long time. He had some dental injuries he had to take care of for most of the fall. And then Alvarez goes on to say now he's back and basically right where it all before it happened. So the original plan was to have Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, involved. I love that Jacob Fatu's involved with this. He had such a big 2025. I do think the injury kind of really threw off his momentum, but the fact that WWE trusts him enough to put him right back in the mix, that is pretty cool. I think that's a really, really good idea. A really strong sign that WWE trusts Jacob Fatu to be the star that everyone says he can be, and to have him hang with one of the biggest names in the company, Cody Rhodes. Even losing the title, Cody's still a big star. I know some people say, Cody, bury him, he's buried. Some people saying, hey, write Cody off completely. I don't think that's the case. I think Cody will be around a while. I mean, if he gets written off a little bit, maybe we see him after the Royal Rumble or around the Royal Rumble. If we don't see him for maybe just the next few weeks, I'd understand that. And then maybe have him and Drew McIntyre kind of go back and forth on this. But the fact that Jacob Fatu is right back in the main event on SmackDown, really good sign. I think it's a good sign for him. It shows the strength that WWE is going to bet on newer names in the main event level. I mean, when's the last time you heard of a guy like him who's been on the main roster less than a few years, that's been on the main, maybe Braun Breaker over on Raw, where it's kind of happening over there too, even though you still have these established names around it, and a Drew and a Cody, and a CM Punk having the world title on Raw. So there is, for a lot of people saying there isn't anything fresh, this does seem fresh that Fatu is in this mix, and I do think the injury with him was the big issue. Let's get into Liv Morgan and what she had to say about her daddy Dom. Yeah, the injured Dominik Mysterio. Let's cover that one. Well, she had a lot to say on the Raw recap recently, talking about Dirty Dom, the Triple H champion, yes, who's been ruling over AAA and had an injury in a recent AAA match under WWE's banner. So would that derail things for him? What is the status of him? Well, she had to say that Daddy Dom, he's been home resting. He's just recovering. We're just playing it safe. He is, after all, a double champion. He is, so as of right now, the crown jewel of the Judgment Day. So we protect and cater Daddy Dom. So they're catering to Daddy Dom. But what about Finn Balor, dude? You have Finn Balor, who recently won, or at least won by having a conversation with CM Punk, a world title shot. I'm not saying that I think Finn Balor is going to win the title from CM Punk. I don't think it's going to happen. But if Dirty Dom gets involved and costs Balor that championship, WrestleMania made. WrestleMania made. They do Dom versus Balor at WrestleMania. I think that's a great match. I think that's an awesome match. Maybe get Mysterio in there as another triple threat. We're making these triple threats. WWE is drawing big numbers on Netflix. Yeah, let's cover these numbers. Yeah, this is reported by Variety, and numbers direct from Netflix themselves, who usually doesn't release a lot of their viewership. Per Netflix, subscribers watch 525 million hours of WWE content. So that could be international, I assume. Monday Night Raw alone pulled in 340 million hours of content viewership. With premium live events, those are viewable to fans outside of the United States who don't do the Peacock or the ESPN thing recently. And so that includes WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. They drew 340 million on those. The weekly show SmackDown, which is available internationally on Netflix, drew 185 million hours. This is just the first year of that deal. So some people claiming that WWE can't be in the top 10. They're in the top 10 in a bunch of different countries. They were I think top 10 47 of the 52 weeks. This is, when you want to retain your show on a subscription service, this could be the way to go. CM Punk, he's not happy about this new WWE Unreal show. Speaking with Not Sam Wrestling, he said, I know they're asking me to do an interview for it. I kept saying, no, I'm not going to be there. We never did the interview, so I don't know if it means that I'm not in it. But there's a camera in my face everywhere I go. I'm sure I'll pop up. I don't want them to shoot something. I just go, don't shoot it, right? And I know there's cameras waiting here. I'll go somewhere else. So he's avoiding the cameras for this documentary show. Going to have their new season here coming up in just about a week. So I know there's a lot of people who have different mixed feelings about Unreal. I've seen some of it. I don't know why there's so many people upset about the show revealing too much when so much of wrestling's curtain has already been pulled back. I think maybe the process of here's how we're putting this match together, but it all comes out after those matches are airing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Do you think Unreal's a big deal? What do you think of the changes to WrestleMania? What do you think of the Royal Rumble? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to Sportskeeda Wrestling for more videos just like this.